Hey everybody, give me a second. So, welcome back to Lazy Brown Productions with your boy D. Wesley. I got it. So, to go ahead and do a review today, this one is about something I really wanted to do for a while now. I'm out of breath because I want to do it. I kind of sometimes like to jog up here. How about the cardio? But I wanted to do this one for a while now because it introduces Milestone Comics. For those who don't know, they are a subsidiary of DC Comics, where they're popular with the character Static. Some people may know this other character that's from Rocket from Young Justice. Now, I like Static, I like the cartoon show. But the Milestone characters, he's not one of my favorites. He just doesn't do it for me. But what I do love is I do love Icon. That's my boy. Rocky is a good antithesis or a good way to bounce off of him because she's younger. Because their dynamic's more of like conservative versus conservative and liberal, old school, new school sort of thing. Now, I'm going to be reviewing Icon versus Hardware chapters 1 through 5. That's going to lead into what is already out by now, the Shadow Cabinet arc. So, my thoughts on the overall moment, or I should say the overall mini-series of this. So pretty much it starts off with Howard using a piece of technology to go back into time to make it so that his father doesn't leave him. He found out that Icon came up to him, and they have the usual superhero skirmishes of the superpower versus the man-made superhero. And it led to Icon, if I remember correctly, beating him. Once he did that, he said, you people should not, and by people he means humans, you humans should not be messing with the time stream. That's a bad thing. It doesn't end well. Icon is an alien from another galaxy, much like Superman, who was stranded here on Earth. And in order to mask with the populace, he took on the form of a slave. And I do mean slave because he came here in like the 1800s. And he's been stuck here ever since then to modern day, which would be like the 2020s. So, with that in mind, Harvard realized, he kind of messed up with that one. So, he said, okay, I won't do that, but I'm going to go back and try to stop slavery. So, he does that, and that turns out to be a big mistake because a whole bunch of things happen where, the basic time displacement of Nazis to Genghis Khan to dinosaurs, usual time travel shenanigans. It then led to the Brainiac actually came to this universe, or another sentient, a Brainiac came to this universe. I love that they added this, because in the Milestone universe they showed that Superman, he did land on Earth, but he was killed off as a baby by another alien because they said that this was going to be a deadly situation if this baby grew up. Now, with that in mind, Brainiac came to this dimension, and when he came to this dimension, they looked up and see where his race was. So, with that in mind, they looked up their race. They somehow were able to find out the history of what happened to his people, which they got into a war with Icon's people. And when they got into a war, they lost. Brainiacs, and they were extinct. So with that in mind, Icon sat there and was warning Howard, like, hey, look, he's going to be a big threat because they're very known for their high intellect. And this was actually a clap or not homage. This was to give Howard his props. Brainiac said like, oh, because when they started fighting, they said, Brainiac even said this. He said, oh, you're more intelligent than I thought you were. So because hardware's supposed to be he's supposed to be like, not the, he's like the Iron Man, the Mr. Terrific, that universe's genius intellect. So, with that being said, Brainiac was impressed. Icon Hardware banded together to fight, and they were able to fight him off. You know, the good superhero outcome. But with that, Hardware, Icon tried telling Hardware, like, look, you can't handle this technology. We see what you tried to do with it, or at least I see what you tried to do with it. You're not responsible with it. Hardware tried telling him, like, look, I made a mistake. I'm not a perfect man, but I learned and I keep it moving. But if you want to try taking this technology from me, you could try, but we both know that I know your weakness, and I'm gonna take you out if you try to fight me. And we both know this, so we know that this will not end well for either one of us. Icon understood that, and he backed away, but he told him, like, look, we ain't done here. So pretty much it kind of alluded that just because I might die from this, I'm not going back down from it in the future. So then the issue ends with that. Then he finds out that his partner, Rocket, not sidekick, partner, because it's very clear that they want to make sure that people know that they're partners, not sidekicks. So with that, actually they did that in Young Justice too. So with that, he tried to get his partner to come back. And the partner said, I'm not coming back with you because you keep treating me like I'm your child. And I already have a father. And I'm going to go with these other group of people, which that's a whole nother storyline. And because they treat me as an equal, I can't be. And Icon is looking dumbstruck. Like, well, I really care about you. I love you. And not in the love as they want to go out. He has romantic feelings, which I hope and pray to God they don't ever go that route with these two. Like, never should go that route. This is like a straight, clear partnership. No romantic interest, no nothing. I truly hope they don't ever go this route in the future. I'm sorry, to me, it would not work right. It just would be off. So with that in mind, she left and he stuck, and now you see, I want to say a off-brand where they said soon things will be tested and Icon's looking stuck. Pretty solid issue. I have to give the overall miniseries 7 out of 10 because it felt like we're missing certain key features in fights, and it almost felt like it jumped all over the place. Art style was okay. I can't say nothing about it. Honestly, I kind of do like old school 90s Milestone because it was different, but at the same time interesting. This style was interesting. I can't put my hand on it. I just don't know what it was. I'm not saying it was bad, but in certain panels, it just wasn't doing it for me. It just looked awkward and weird. I do like what they did with Icon when they came back with this new versions. A little bit. Icon in the past was a little bit more docile. This Icon, he's not docile. He is I'll be patient, but do not push my buttons. He's not going to outright be in your face, but he is going to put you on like, look, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this today. Okay? I don't like, and this is just my own personal opinion as all of this is, I don't like the fact of, honestly, I'm on Icon's side. First off, Hardware, I would look at, if I really was Icon, I would be like, let me get off this planet, because y'all clearly, and I mean clearly, are just out your mind. Like, first off, Hardware, how are you going to tell me to trust you when you just messed this up? I get it if you made a mistake, but this isn't some small mistake. This is you truly messed up. And this whole, spoiler alert, he says, well, the time should be messed with, so he destroyed the time machine. Okay, but you still know it. And Howard did bring this up. He said, what are you going to do, Icon? You going to strip away my technology? Well, guess what? You strip away my technology, put me somewhere, I'm going to build myself back up. That's how I'm built. Respect. But at the same time, though, no, I wouldn't trust you either. You just jacked up a lot. And I told you twice. This was my second time telling you. And it's not like it's something small. It's something big. Like, you almost messed up the time stream. It caused a whole big thing. So that was that. Then you follow up with Rocket, where it's, okay, I treat you like father and daughter, but you barely know these women, and they're keeping stuff from you. But then all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy for saying, like, yo, let's just dip out of here. And then you want me to trust you, but you want, to me, I get her argument, and I do, but it's the fact of, I have a father, blah, 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 blah. You can even just respect the guy and say, hey, look, man, I appreciate that. I truly, truly appreciate that. But at the same time, though, we won't be a partnership. I'll go off to my thing. I won't go with them because I'm going to trust you on that. But I'm not going to go with you because at the end of the day, it's, you need to start treating me as an equal. And that's fine because Nightwing, Batgirl, all had that argument with Batman. I'm fine with that. It's just, I don't know, the way it was done felt like something about it. It just felt like it just felt like you kind of just pushed him to the side. And it's something along the lines of like, what you mean? Like, he tried telling, and it's weird too. It's, Icon has told humans multiple times. He said, listen, don't do A, B, and C, because it's gonna end in a bad repercussion. And then they gotta learn the hard way. And then when they learn the hard way, then that's when they find out and be like, well, it is what it is. I made a mistake, so let's just keep it moving. Like, for instance, Icon listened to Rocket. Okay, you want to end the drugs that are in the streets? Okay, fine, let's go clean it up. And then it backfired because now you got new, more powerful drug dealers or powerful forces coming at you. And he sat there and said, what did you think was going to happen? Like, you get rid of something else is going to take its place, and maybe even worse. Because guess what? Those bad people are going to come back and stronger and harder than ever. And so then that reminded me of Hardware's thing too. He had the same issue where I got told, do not mess with the time stream. Mess with the time stream the second time. And then kind of find out black people were on top, which, don't get me wrong, that's cool. That's all power. But now they've become the masters and the whites have become the enslavement. And that in itself shows you that wrong still became wrong. So there's no help in that. Also, this was an interesting take where they had and the Milestone was known for this, having these type of discussions where you had more of the heroes that were more on the unfortunate side, more on the hood side, where they were sitting there and they had discussed, yeah, you should have gone back and you should have told Hardware, you should have gone back and you should have done it right. And matter of fact, give us power so that way we can be on top and we don't have to face slavery and the injustice that we face here in America. Meanwhile, Static and them said, like, I mean, I know things are rough, but I don't see it as that bad. And then that discussion of, is it truly bad? Is it not? Is it getting better? Sort of happened and played out. It was a good little topic because you could kind of see both viewpoints you can see the both viewpoints. So that was a nice little tidbit. That helped with the rating of this whole chapter. Matter of fact, I might even give it maybe a 7.5 because, again, it showed both sides. And you can kind of understand their viewpoints of things and where they're coming from. Now, this is supposed to lead into Shadow Cabinet, which is a whole Milestone thing, which I'm looking forward to. Once I get a chance, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read that. But overall, I recommend reading it. It's not bad. Again, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Just because the Icon versus Hardware thing it felt like I was missing certain pages. I don't know what it was. It just felt like something was missing. Like it jumped. I could still follow along, but at one point I was just like, okay. I mean, sure. So give it a shot. I'm probably gonna talk more about Milestone because honestly, I really do love those comics. Hardware is an amazing comic. Icon and Rocket. Honestly, I jumped for joy when I saw the two in Young Justice. I'm not gonna lie. I just wish Hardware was more into it too, because we saw that he was, because he joined the Batman side of things, and you could see when they're setting up that lady for a lab, Hardware was the one that introduced the lab to the lady. I truly hope that we can see more Milestone. I hope DC doesn't disband them or anything like that, and I would love to see if they kind of fully integrated them into the system. It would be great. Or if not, please make it to where it's please make it to where they're there to stay. Also, if I had to choose, I know they did Icon with Superman. Icon is Milestone's Superman. If they had to do a crossover, Superman's not bad, but I would do more with Green Lanterns and Martian Manhunter, which I think would be a better crossover event. Hopefully DC does more with Green Lanterns too, because that would be a great plus for them. Let me reply back and tell me what you think. You have a good day now. Bye.